You are listening to Maximum Pew Pew, an actual play RPG podcast. Maximum Pew Pew follows continuous storylines that are meant to be enjoyed from the beginning. This episode follows the Chariot of the Gods storyline and may contain spoilers for the Alien RPG Starter Kit scenario published by Free League. The following segments may contain mature themes, adult language, and graphic depictions of violence.
Mother. Identify xenomorphic creature in Cronus reactor relay.
Searching database. No match found.
Bullshit. Broaden search parameters.
Searching database. No match found.
Damn computer, stop jerking me around. Generate hypothesis.
Collating. Unknown specimen bears similarities to Dr. Liam Flynn's vivisection of the Abomination.
And the Abominations used to be humans. Cause of... No. How Abominations created.
Unknown. Airborne infection likely. Confidence level 33%.
Worse than even. Next log.
Loading file. Chariot of the Gods 7. Subject. USCSS Cronus. Repairs.
So tell me how you decimate it, but at the end of it, like the torch kind of drops out of your hand out of gas. Like how's this look?
Gonna cut its face in half.
So you're just gonna go right through the head, and
I'm just like screaming, and I'm all like, "Die!
You turn the gas speed all the way up.
Yeah, and just spin that entire thing. And as you do, you just like it crumples, like you've cut the head in half. It falls down. You drop the torch, and you just
thing of beer.
You breathe through it.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna mess around with my signature item to get rid of one of my stress.
Okay.
After this thing is done.
So you all work on the reactor. You Wilson's going to clean. Sorry, Miller's going to clean. Make me a heavy machinery to get the reactor online during the shift of work.
That's 2. That's 3 successes.
Oh, that's
nice.
more than enough. You can do it in half the time and like show off if you need to. Like it's
Yeah, I push a button. That's how it's done, Captain. That's how it's done.
Openly antagonistic.
I'm just saying, it's a good thing you bring competent crew.
So let's recap what's happened because a lot of time has literally passed. Oxygen's good. Carbon dioxide's good.
Okay.
Reactor leak is fixed, and
Okay.
reactor's going to come back online after everything's cleaned up and mechanical issues are taken care of. All that's cleaned up. The ship is now in decent enough working order to be able to get it to go towards the correct heading.
Okay.
The crew, the existing crew, is still in cryosleep.
We put them back to sleep.
Yep. Ava 6 is probably repairable with a shift of work.
Okay.
I can repair her.
That's where you all are right now.
I succeed and fail while repairing her for a shift of work.
Okay. So you've got the panic.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a panic check as you...
That's going to be 8.
8? Okay,
Drop
so...
whatever you were working on. Oh, sorry, Ava.
You start
your
to...
head.
So as you're working on this, the stress of the day kind of takes over and you develop this tremble. All skill rolls using
Too much
agility
cough.
suffer a -2 modification until your panic stops. usually panic stops after a turn or so. So after you take 5, like step away from the work and kind of breathe your way through it. This wasn't really anything of consequence that happened. Now, so
drink. You can not enough caffeine.
Yeah, you think it's a coffee.
Oh, now I'll go get some Xanax off of Davis.
She don't have any. That's why she's
that's part of her problem. She don't have any Xannies.
Here's what I want to know: how you use up all your Xannies while you're in cryo sleep? What's wrong with you, woman?
Maybe she didn't have any.
The same reason people use up a 30-day supply in 15.
Yeah.
I forgot I took them.
She reprograms her cryo tube to
my cat knocked him in the toilet that my friend accidentally, flushed, and then my house burnt down, and I'm also going on vacation. And we're going out of town.
You asked the wrong person that question.
I'm just saying.
And my doctor said it was okay.
She was in suspended animation.
Doctor says cool.
So the only way she used up all her Xanax while she was in suspended animation is she reprogrammed the machine to occasionally slip her a Xanax.
Wake her up.
No, it didn't even wake her up. It was just all look, once a day you got to feed me a Xanax, okay?
But your metabolism, I don't care.
You don't even understand.
Just pop open the lid, pop one in her mouth, shut the lid again.
The fact that I know at a subconscious level that I'll wake up with a hangover makes me anxious. Better feed me a Xanadu.
That I'm not in control of this at all.
Right. You better give me a Xanny.
So one image benzo. For the most part, for everything bad that's kind of happened, everything seems to be in good shape. We'll call it Act 3.
No.
So
we can
this
breathe.
is for Cham.
What do story points let us do again?
They give you a free success.
Oh, we
roll.
forgot about those.
Yeah, you can just auto succeed.
We're gonna pile these up.
Send that down to Rye. You're Miller.
I am Miller.
It's Miller time.
You're Wilson. So I want to say that everybody, with the exception of Rye, who is working on the Ava, will be able to spend the requisite time necessary to relieve all of their stress, if they so desire to spend it that way. Because basically, if you have a 10-minute break, you can relieve your stress. Actually, no. We'll say everybody relieves all their stress. Okay, fair. Everybody relieves their stress.
Entirely fair.
Rye, you took damage at some point, correct?
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the medical aid skill, because somebody can actually attempt to heal that on
My total
you.
is 6.
I roll 5 on medical aid.
I also roll 6.
Yeah, there's nothing that stops you from making your own. Let's see. Actually, no. 1 second.
Stress dice, get out of there. Go away.
Suffering damage. I need to see how. You use recovery when someone's broken. So, there's got to be a way to, restore health when you're not. Oh, you recover 1 point of lost health per turn of rest. So, as you're resting to relieve stress, you remove the. So, nobody should have stress. Nobody should have any damage.
No stress at all?
No stress at all.
Okay.
Because it's 5 to 10 minutes to relieve a point of stress when you're someplace safe. And it's relatively safe. I mean, you found safe places on the ship.
Right. So we've just done probably, so we got here after a really harsh wake up. We got here, we did 6 hours of work. We fought a bunch of bugs. I dare say it's getting pretty late, for our relative time. Let's hole up in the kitchen, or what passes for it.
There are rules for exhaustion and stuff and sleep and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you it's not like you need to regain spell slots or anything, so
Well,
it'll be okay if you want to push through.
But I'm just saying that
Rest for a little while in a safe
And
spot.
if you can find coffee,
that's what I'm aiming for, like to get the coffee maker working.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, is it free on this ship too?
Everything's free on this ship.
Yeah, free. Coffee supplied on most company ships and stations free of charge for the crew. Grown in Guatemala on Earth, Weyland-Yutani coffee is the highest rated in the territories, and free coffee is considered one of the perks of Weyland-Yutani.
Oh, so it's actual coffee. It's not even synthetic.
It's actual good.
From Guatemala. If you're on the verge of dozing off,
probably-
coffee can give you a caffeine boost to get you through the morning, increases your stress level one step, but temporarily postpones the drawbacks from lack of sleep for one shift. So,
Nice.
you're not at that point yet.
Well, no, but I'm like, this is more of a, kind of like an informal morale officer thing where I'm like trying to kind of reduce the stress, get everybody focused as a team again on something completely mundane like food and coffee.
Yeah. Now, the food area, which they'd already looked at, was kind of trashed. There's probably alternative supplies on the ship someplace, but you'd have to search for them.
There's
Well,
a storage closet.
I guess maybe the captain's quarter or the corporate suite might have something like that.
You
Could
can't
we have?
get into the corporate suite.
Well, there's got to be a corporate officer on board.
There is.
Let me guess. He's in the cryo chamber.
Yeah. It's, gosh, what was her name? It's Clayton.
All right.
She's,
Do we want to go wake her up and risk another...
And odds are
Migraine?
her card
For
is
migraine.
on her.
for
Is
for
it
coffee.
possible to just like
Take her stuff from her while
like
she's asleep?
open the thing, grab her stuff, and close it?
You're already running risks from waking them up and immediately putting them back anyway.
All right.
They're all gonna wake up like brain damaged.
Like,
All right.
really.
Wake up, go back to sleep.
Yeah, they were like, did any of you have a weird dream that there was people there? For like a sec, like this
you don't
weird
dream
dream.
while
You
you're
know
in
how
cryo
messed
sleep.
up it is if
Yeah.
you woke up from a coma for 5 minutes only to fall back into a
go back
coma?
to
Like I'm pretty sure they're all gonna wake up and be all like, "Does anyone remember how to read?"
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Oh, hell. I didn't mean to ruin
I'm pretty sure you
people.
just killed 4 people.
Oops.
Anyways, we can probably find some instant freaking coffee and a little bit of water. We'll at least do that much. If we have to drag it to a different room, that's fine. Or maybe there's a coffee maker on the bridge.
We're gonna morale it up. Let's do it.
Okay, so
But
you
if nothing
scrounge
else,
around you scrounge around in that area and find like the only 4 packets of instant coffee that haven't been destroyed.
Hey, look, guys, Twinkies. They're still good, or as good as they ever were.
And you generate some coffee for everyone.
Is that the story point? Also, did we did not evaluate whether we got our story points for Act
Oh yeah.
2.
So let me look at your story points for
And then we're gonna figure them out, and then we're going to immediately burn them on coffee.
So let me look at Miller's. I would say yeah.
Okay.
I would say yes.
Your judgment is better than mine.
There's that.
It also comes into play that I hate the agendas, especially given the situation.
Yeah.
Like the third agenda, no, it makes no sense given our current circumstances.
It doesn't, and I would love to explain why later.
Something will happen in Act 3, and that's fine.
Well,
when shit hits the fan and that comes into play,
I'm making adjustments.
that comes into play.
I'm pretty sure our shoving people back into the cryopod
that's
altered some things. I don't think the writers accounted for that. And
Put them back in.
and
That's not going to become an option when the real game comes out because we ruined it for everybody.
Rise.
BT Dubs, they can just put them back in. Don't know if you caught that in testing.
Rise, you definitely get a story point.
Oh god.
Yeah, Rye, you definitely. Let's see here. Wilson.
cruising along.
Wilson, you get a story point.
I sure as hell do.
Nobody has died yet. Nobody has died. We're putting down monsters left and right. We might actually.
That's because
Cham, you get a story point.
That's because stress is our superpower.
Maybe you haven't killed.
Finally putting this 30 years
Scientists.
of experience to use.
Scientists have
Constant
discovered
stress.
a way to turn stress into electricity. Unlimited power!
Limited power.
the Palpatine,
Oh, like, I mean, I don't mean to get cocky, but somebody might actually fucking live. We going into Act 3 pretty damn good.
Yep, they're letting us get cocky.
No, that's fine. Like, I mean,
it's making me wonder if I did something wrong. Like,
I'm not going to say anything.
so everyone's kind of enjoying a cup of Joe
And some Twinkies.
and some Twinkies. If you are enjoying a cup of Joe, take the 1 point of stress because, I mean, it is going to make you a little bit jittery. But, like, again, you got to fuel that superpower somehow.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna go. Since I'm the cargo handler, I'm gonna go down and check out the cargo.
Okay.
That's a good.
So the cargo's
idea.
down on,
You're just not a team player.
let's see here. Yeah, so the cargo bays are on deck C.
C and D.
Yeah, C and D. So, like, that big open space in D, there's, like, catwalks around it so you can kind of see
Oh,
down
yeah,
into
the
that.
vehicle bay.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, but Cham is checking cargo as cargo handler. Everybody else is enjoying their cup of Joe. Davis is working on setting a course. The bridge is a god-awful mess. It looks like stuff had been purposefully trashed in there. Like, literally one of the view screens still has an emergency fire axe embedded into it.
Oh my god.
Beautiful. Because you can't have an emergency screen without an emergency fire axe.
So, Davis is able to plot a course and is able to get that going. It's basically, whatever last minute stuff you all want to do, and there's plenty of cryopods happening there. Is there anything anybody else wants to do? Cham is checking the cargo, which, I mean, there's several very large bays that you guys didn't investigate.
There's a considerable portion of the ship that we haven't really investigated.
Okay. But anything, Davis is content to stay in the pilot's chair as long as that's an option.
Okay.
Miller, anything you want to do?
I'd like to go investigate the command station on the bridge and just kind of see what information I can pull up.
Absolutely. Rye, anything you would like to do? Honestly, this is probably about the time that you're repairing the... You might still be repairing... No? Yeah, we'll say
Well,
that
we would
you're...
have had ability to do things while he's doing that.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, we're kind of fast forwarding. So yeah,
Okay.
Ava's repaired. Anything you'd like to do in preparation for making an FTL jump?
Yeah, I want to make sure that the cryopod that I have to climb into isn't.
Okay. So you want to disinfect it?
Yeah, I want to make sure it's clean,
Lysol.
it's good, it's fully functional, it doesn't have like a loose plug or anything like that.
You
You
okay?
know.
Yeah, you do.
I
maintenance.
walked in, a bunch of people were missing. Still haven't found those people, right? I guess some of them turned into monsters. Some of them left in escape pods. Some of them turned into jerky. I'm just not trying to become jerky
Yeah.
or a monster.
Wilson, anything you want to do?
Not really. I am curious about the vehicle bay.
Okay. The vehicle bay probably has its own camera. The vehicle bay is noticeably devoid of equipment. Like maybe somebody left in a hurry from someplace. The 2 ATVs that are in there are basically like on their side, shoved into like the front or the back wall, where like they weren't secured properly, and someone hit like full thruster off of like a planet or something. They weren't secured properly and are just kind of haphazardly there. It's really the only things you see from like any type of camera footage.
Okay. I guess I want to see about getting the codes at some point that we can open it and park our shuttle. Because if we're going to be doing, we don't want it outside by a tether if we're going to be actually traveling.
You might actually be able to speak with Mother about that.
Oh, well, let's go talk to Mother.
So you're going to Mother. You are in the cryo base cleaning stuff up. Davis is in the piloting chair. I
was going to take a look at the command station.
You're going to the command station. You're checking cargo. As everybody is going to their respective areas, there's a little bit of peace in the air, a little bit of calm. Things are finally starting to calm down a little bit. Klaxon goes off.
Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-10 minutes. The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-5 minutes.
What is going on with this thing? Why did this happen? Did we ever figure out what was happening with the last one?
No, we didn't have time. We had to get it away from us. All right, so we need to try to disable this one because we're not gonna.
Now, one moment. I need a sort of observation check from you two.
What?
So that's gonna, so from Rye and from Miller, I need an observation check.
Okay, just a moment.
I got 1 success.
1 success. That'll be sufficient.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. So both of you know at a bare minimum that while you were working for 6 hours in the reactor room, you got pretty intimately acquainted with what it looked like. You recall that there was an actual a terminal to initiate self-destruct.
Okay.
On the ship down there.
Okay, so we should be able to get down to the terminal and turn that back off.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, like if you can get to it within the first 5 minutes, you can typically. But
yeah.
like
so
you'd have to.
I'm
hustle.
I'm at the cryo base. I mean,
you just
junction. Yeah, the junction's right behind me.
You gotta go downstairs. I gotta go down the hallway.
Okay.
So I will haul ass. I will run. I will take the run action, whatever the hell that is.
So let's see. One of you was at Mother. You're taking like junction.
No, I'm at the command station, which is on the bridge.
Okay. So you're at the command station. So you're probably going to take. Yeah. So you're going to take junction B1. Are you going to respond to it? You're at Mother.
Right. I'm going to see what's going on here.
Okay. So you're taking B1. You are at the the cryo.
Yeah.
Which means that are you taking junction A2?
Yeah.
Okay. Davis was
Where's
with
Cham?
you. I'm getting to that. Davis was with
the pilot station.
Yeah,
so that also would have been the bridge.
Yeah.
On deck B.
So, what'd you order her to do?
She was trying to get us on course.
Yes.
And see if you can figure out where these guys were coming from.
Sure. She kind of gives you like a sure.
Where the hell they fucking were at to get whatever the hell they got on.
Yeah, whatever. I can't think of a better way to spend the last 10 minutes of life. Sure.
Well, okay, that was.
She would probably openly like take the pill bottle out of her jacket and like
my drugs,
2 pills.
We're all gonna die.
Mouth,
my drugs.
and just throw the bottle.
Okay.
Down on the ground.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make sure we last long enough for those to matter.
Trust me, she's already feeling pretty good about dying.
Okay, so if that's the case, then yeah, there's no reason to get the.
So, Cham, you're at the cargo bay. Where would you like to?
Let's see here. I'm on deck C, right?
You're on deck Charlie, near the fore of this ship.
I'm going to go to the cargo office.
You want a cargo office?
Yeah, there's a terminal.
Yeah, there's
there.
terminal there. Okay.
There's an observation station on the bridge. Can you use that to observe parts of the ship?
I think on.
I think it's the hollow display table or the
Hollow display
station.
table's trashed.
Okay.
Again, a lot of this bridge is trashed, and it looks like it was done like just.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
tore up.
Okay. That's
So
fine.
you're making your way to the cargo office to try to get some more information.
Yes.
Okay. At Mother.
Mhm.
This is an older style, so you're gonna have to do the typing
Right.
and stuff like that.
Click.
So what's the conversation you and Mother are having right now?
Okay. Source of self-destruct sequence.
Self-destruct sequence initiated at reactor relay control.
All right. Is there a way to overwrite it from here, or have Mother overwrite it?
Self-destruct sequence must be overridden at the reactor relay control.
Then I will say, like, whoever set this off did it from the reactor core.
That's where I'm headed now.
All right, we're en route.
I'm headed that way too.
Is there anything I can do here to attempt to disable it, or at least delay it?
No.
Can you lock out the other terminals?
Well, no, you have to turn it off from down
no,
there.
any other terminals that can cause a self-destruct.
Hmm.
If somebody's running around the ship turning on self-destructs,
Make
I don't want them to be able to turn it back on.
Not terribly good at that, but I'm stressed.
And that's a superpower.
Mhm.
You do have the one stress from the coffee.
I'm so stressed out.
You know what? I'm suddenly more stressed.
What happens when, what happens
you
when
wanna-
Superman gets stressed?
There you go.
You got a success?
I did.
Secondary terminals disabled.
Okay.
Yeah, just so we don't get another self-destruct popping up immediately after we turn this one off.
Right.
So if somebody's trying it,
All
can
right.
you watch and see if somebody tries to trigger it again?
I don't know if this ship has that much of a
Yeah, I don't know.
surveillance suite. That's actually something purchasable for, like, and it costs per bay to,
Then
like, have it
probably
surveilled.
not.
Okay.
An idea.
But
I'm surprised that worked as well as it did.
Okay, so here's what I would like to do now that that part's done, is that the way to our shuttle is directly outside of this door.
yeah, but that shuttle is like for interplanetary shuttle.
I
It's
know,
not
but it
really-
also will serve as a life pod if we have to.
You know what? Someone
Oh, no,
needs
it
to
doesn't
ask,
have cryo on it, does it?
Someone needs
No.
to ask Mother,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm open to suggestions. Can I tell?
is this the only place that a self-destruct can be set off?
No, can I ask who's were there like particular person's security codes that were used for this?
Self-destruct sequence initiated manually via mechanical override.
This was
Okay.
purely mechanical, and it would be an option if, like, the computers were out,
Right.
if you absolutely had to scuttle
But
it.
I mean, even if we had like an alien infestation or something, it makes no sense to blow up the ship.
Okay. The three of
Not when
you
we're doing
are
this
heading
good at cleaning it
to
up.
the reactor, right?
Right, so that I can stop it from blowing
Yeah.
up.
Unless they're just
So-
trying to get us off the ship.
Yeah, so all three of you make it to the reactor relay.
It's a decoy. They're trying to get us all in one place.
The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-3 minutes.
It could be reversible.
I'm going to reverse it. Contact.
1 second. Because it's not really computer-based. We'd already talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you...
I'm going to go with heavy machinery. You'd like to try to disable that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to give it a try?
Are you there?
Yeah, we all went down there together, didn't we?
Yeah, the only person not there right now is Wilson because he's up chatting with Mother.
You're gonna have to because I failed.
Okay.
Okay. So that's... I get an 8. I don't have any stress. Two ones. Or those don't matter.
Yeah,
Okay, no sixes.
Well, you could.
How do we assess?
I'm gonna push it.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you got to get a stress.
Yeah, you
Now,
mark
add a
it.
stress
Pushing
die to
it
that.
adds-
Oh,
The stress dice is the 6.
Okay.
That works.
So, okay. So, you work on this, and
Self-destruct sequence deactivated.
the timer shuts back down. It gets really close, like that 5.5 minute mark, but through your action, you're able to disable the self-destruct, and things start to calm back down.
Okay. So who the fuck is turning on the self-destructs?
There's a terminal in here.
No.
Is there?
Yeah, there's a terminal in this room.
There is a terminal, but it is now disabled per Wilson's command to Mother.
Yeah, they're all
So
disabled
right now,
aren't
Wilson is the only one with access to terminals.
We can radio back up to him. Have him
No, he's with us.
No, Wilson
Wilson's
is
not with
Wilson's
us.
been at Mother.
Okay.
Davis has been in the cockpit.
Okay,
There's
Wilson.
an intercom here. We can intercom.
Is there any way for you? I don't think they have like shipwide scanners where it's like
Well, you guys have the motion tracker.
we have the motion tracker, but what I'm saying is there's no way to scan for like. Is there anything else walking around other than us four?
Well, I mean,
I think we're pretty sure that is the
motion
case.
tracker and sweep the ship, top to bottom.
Can I seal bulkheads from here? I mean,
Sure.
Is there shipwide?
if you want, you can sweep the ship, and I can shut down bulkheads as we move through them. Although that won't will that also block the maintenance the maintenance tunnels?
As long as nobody is going through the fucking ventilation shafts, we should.
That's the problem. Is
okay.
I don't know if we can shut down the ventilation shafts completely. You're talking about a metal shutter.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You'd have to go through and like weld them all shut.
Right, you'd have to weld them all shut. Because if I remember, there are all those weird,
Would one of those
like
monsters?
aperture closures.
Yeah.
So you can, as long as you can shove something in there, you can just wrench it open, and once it hits a certain point, it will release.
All right.
Okay. We got to figure out what the fuck's going on here. We've got a motion tracker, which is really the only tool that we can use to identify if something's here. It could be anywhere on the ship, really.
Well, if all of these are, if every terminal on the ship is shut down except for Mother,
Yeah.
the one at Mother, we just got to wait long enough for whoever it is to figure that out. At Mother.
We just go up there and wait for him to come over
Set
there
a
and
trap
try
at
again.
Mother.
Right. Set an ambush.
All right. There's actually rules for that.
Beautiful.
So what?
Well, that was kind of my plan too. Is like, you know, in this situation, the shuttle also can become a target. So that's why I was saying I was like looking at getting my gun and just line
Going
of
up to the
sight,
shuttle
waiting
and
in case
making
somebody
sure that-
comes for the shuttle.
Gotcha.
What about our suit? We brought that with us, didn't we?
We did.
Our cargo handler.
Yep.
Should I jump in that thing?
You can't.
Because I'm the heavy. I'm the.
No, because
I'm the dude that does
because
that.
it's there.
That's my.
Yes,
Yeah, do it.
we're gonna walk into the climax of this with the cargo with the power loader.
Now, does the power loader fit up there? Am I going to have to stay down here or what?
So the art of this, as well as like in the movie, it's like
Big.
way taller than 6 feet.
Right.
Like it's probably it adds what, another good 3 foot.
Yeah, so it's probably not going to fit.
So you would Actually, like down near the cargo bays, the catwalks, anything like that, those bigger hallways, like that might be good. I mean, you could probably use elevators to get it up to the top floors, but like Deck A, for example, you could get into the hallways, but like getting into the cryo or anything like that, you're like stuck in the hallways.
Basically, I can just stay on C and D.
Yeah, because C and D is going to be like open to the deck. That's where this like C and D was designed with these cargo haulers in mind, to where like you could move cargo, you could move the vehicles. A and B is like people.
Office space.
Honestly, I mean, you've literally got a corporate suite up here.
What about if I get on this catwalk somewhere and just hang out there? That way I could jump down if I need to, or do whatever.
I mean, yeah, or like you
Does
could
that sound
patrol
cool?
or something like that. Just go, yeah.
I mean, beat the shit out of anybody you see that's not us.
You're the only
Yes.
one really with access to Mother. Nobody else can access it.
Oh, hey, where'd Ava go?
She's just been kind of hanging out.
Did we ever fix her?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
We got
fixed.
her
She's
fixed,
fixed.
but we didn't do anything with that.
No, you didn't.
Oh, what kind?
So maybe it'd be a good idea to figure out what happened after we got her fixed.
She will share with you that essentially what happened was some of the crew went crazy. You're about to get a big info dump here.
That's fine.
So it's an info dump that should have been spread out over 2 acts.
Oops. Nope. We froze the NPCs.
So
That's what you get, NPCs, for waking up during spore getting.
So the
We were
Cronus
just
was
trying to
launched.
save them.
No, that was the panic. Was just no, get back into pods.
Yeah,
Get back
All
into
right,
pods.
So here we go.
I don't want to deal with any of you breathing shit.
The Cronus was launched in 2110 to attempt to locate samples of chemical agent AO3959X9115.
Beautiful.
Deciphering part
Lovely
of the
name.
data transmission led them to the 26 Draconis system and a small planetoid dubbed LV1113, tucked away in the planetary debris belt shared by the suns of this trinary star system. The chemical was discovered there, but some of it had been previously deployed, causing mutations in the planet's life forms. While the science team modified and experimented with what they called the 26 Draconis strain of the black liquid, members of the crew became infected with pathogen spores, causing them to give birth to blood bursters, which quickly matured into neomorphs, so the aliens that you saw. Chaos soon broke out. There was a mutiny, the science module of the Cronus was ejected and left behind, and the surviving crew escaped the planetoid. Discovering that some among them had been infected by the spores before departing, the remaining scientists used a derivative of the 26 Draconis strain to inoculate the crew against the neomorph spores. The doctors administering it were unaware that their cure was not completely safe. However, some of the people started becoming abominations after they'd been inoculated. They didn't have the blood bursters. They started becoming
They was still
abominations.
mutated.
Yeah. Ava's had 70-some years to make this correlation.
Been processing it for a while.
Nonetheless, the ship was overrun with neomorphs and abominations, and the crew realized that they were in over their heads. They barricaded themselves on cryodeck and left the ship's synthetic, Ava, to maintain the infested ship. They put themselves in stasis and hoped for a miracle. After being caught in a micrometeorite storm, navigation control failed on the Cronus, and her comms array was damaged. Ava was attacked by the abominations while attempting to repair the engines. Life support failed, plunging the ship into a deep cold. The crew remained safe during their hypersleep chambers, and the creatures aboard went into a state of suspended animation. This all happened within 2 days of leaving LV1113. Since then, the Cronus has been adrift, barreling along at sublight speeds for decades until you showed up.
So these things have just been having a fucking nap for 70 years.
Hibernated. Yeah.
The abominations and the
Just
aliens,
fucking
too.
no. Let's just fucking lay down, have a nap. It's cold. Meh. Just have a good sleep.
That's what she's able to share with you, and that the crew basically left her to kind of maintain the ship since she was synthetic.
That's what they're for.
Unfortunately, it's in the job description. The rest of this probably isn't, though. Maybe. I don't know.
You are monitoring Charlie and Delta deck.
Mhm.
You're on mother duty. Davis is still piloting, trying to find out where they came from, but the
Yeah, now
story
that we've got
tracks.
the
Do it like, okay, 0.04 light speed
70
times
years ago.
73 years
Yeah, that's
is
A long way that way.
Right. Well, that's data we need, but honestly, at this point, we need to point the ship
Yeah,
towards
let's get it
home.
towards
yeah, she's been
civilization.
doing that. She's already
Yeah,
done
okay.
that. Miller, what do?
Can we get up to that FTL?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into FTL if we can,
Okay,
and start heading towards a port.
you got it.
Meanwhile,
We need to make sure the ship is empty before we go
yeah,
to
I've
cryo
got
sleep.
Does Ava know how many of those there were?
It was difficult to do an inventory and how many are left versus how many aren't because they kind of self-replicated and all that. So
Well, thank you for that info. At least that is something to go on. I got a motion tracker. I say we go around with some weapons and we just
sweep.
flush out the
Okay.
ship.
I mean,
Are we not going to do the ambush?
yeah, let's just,
Well,
let's use ourselves as bait. We've got
Well-
everything shut down except for one terminal.
It's not even using ourselves as bait. It's essentially flushing them towards the shuttle.
Mm.
I could be wrong here.
I'm confused as to why the shuttle is even an issue.
There
As long as this ship isn't blowing up and it's working, we don't need the shuttle.
there was a concern that whoever is activating the self-destructs, since they can't activate the self-destruct on this ship anymore, they may attempt to try to activate it in the shuttle.
Or if they don't care about floating through space and hibernating for 75 years, they might put themselves on the shuttle and blow us to hell. Or any number of things, but it's basically the last separate entity. So it might be a focus point.
Okay, so let's just split up into two groups.
Somebody wait at the shuttle for...
We actually already are.
Yeah.
We've got a mother, we've got cargo deck, we've got a pilot, and you had talked about sweeping with motion detector.
Yeah, I think just to try and figure out what it is and try to run it somewhere where we can just shoot the shit out of it.
Okay.
Because at this point, I guarantee it's not fucking human. Unless people were popping out of pods without us doing anything about it.
Well, unless they've got extra pods on the ship. No.
It's possible, but...
Ryan, you going to do the sweep? Or
Let's work together and do the sweep. Let's get everybody we know together. We could lock Mother's door and just do this.
Okay. So, all right. So is everybody doing the sweep? Or we still... you still want to monitor, like, the...
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to make sure nothing tries to get to that
Okay.
shuttle
Gotcha.
since I'm down there already.
So do you want Davis going on the sweep too? Or continue piloting for now?
Do they need to actively pilot at the moment?
You've got it set to FTL. Probably not.
Okay. Just go in a straight line. We can arm Davis and go ahead and have her...
Davis is already armed. She
Oh,
got
cool.
the incinerator.
Fucking, yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that shit.
All right. Everybody goes on a sweep,
Yeah.
room by room, checking for motion. It's pretty tedious. You don't find anything. At a certain point, Cham checks the Charlie and Delta deck, gets the loader kind of prepped for any type of trouble that may happen at the bottom. A klaxon goes off.
Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-10 minutes. The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-5 minutes.
Where?
Are they back in the reactor room again?
Okay. Are you still in Mother?
No, locked
No.
it. He went on the
left
sweep
and
with
locked? Okay.
The only place to set this off is the reactor room, right?
you. Or technically Mother, because you locked all the terminals down.
Okay, split up. Some of us go to reactor, some of us go to Mother. You get in the mother. You take.
I take the NPC brigade.
So you take Davis? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and take Davis. And then
No, we're armed the synthetic at this point. Or
yeah, I mean, here, Eva, have a gun.
Okay. And then you're heading to the
maybe shoot it, maybe don't.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, this feels so good.
This is gonna go so far south.
So you all, we'll say, Rye and Miller. Did you take Ava with you?
Somebody's got Ava.
Who's got Ava? Oh, you said the NPC. Okay,
yeah,
so
you guys
got
have Ava going up to Mother.
So Rye and Miller go to downstairs to the reactor room, and as you
musical fucking self-destructs.
Yeah, as you make your way to down to Charlie 2, and you come over through the hall, it appears that Cham has met you there. Cham is, however, in the loader, facing towards you all, blocking your passage.
Okay.
What the hell, yo?
What are you doing? Why are you doing it?
What's going on, Cham? What you doing?
T-minus 7 minutes.
I'm waiting to see if anything comes through here.
Yeah, we're coming through. We need to disable the self-destruct. We need to get by you.
Yeah. Afraid I can't do that.
Fucking move.
Afraid I can't do that.
What's wrong? What are you doing, man? You're gonna kill us all.
Yeah. Oh, buddy.
I don't know what's going on. This is fucking me up.
The two of you need to add 1 stress.
You're over there rolling dice.
Still making a panic roll. No, not yet. This is me doing my special ability. Pulling rank.
Okay, you're pulling rank. Got it.
Pulling rank.
Okay.
That's why I said fucking move.
That's a lot of 6s.
That's 2 6s, but I also do have a panic, so
let me.
it's a lot of dice.
Why do you have so much stress already when it was all cleared?
Because I had to add 1 to do this.
Plus the coffee.
Plus the coffee,
Okay.
and then that one.
All right, so there's a lot
There's a lot happening
going
here.
on here.
All right, stress roll. Cool. All right, so that's going to be a thing. That would have been up to there. Okay. We'll figure out how this goes.
Pull rank is basically anyone that's under you.
Essentially, you can use your command skill to order other non-officer PCs and NPCs around, as long as they belong to the same organization. To force someone to follow your orders and perform a specific action, roll command against target's manipulation.
Okay.
If successful, the target must follow your order, even if it means harm or danger to themselves. Your stress level increases by 1 each time you do this. Note also that each roll only covers 1 specific action. You cannot stop actions triggered by panic rolls using this talent.
Cham, I don't think there's any reason for you to have to roll a manipulation
I don't
roll
think so
because you are not part of the same organization.
Fantastic. Right. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay.
Okay, here's what I'm doing.
I figured as much, but that's fine. Okay.
How's blowing up the ship gonna help us, Cham?
We just can't go back to Earth.
What do you mean?
It means we can't go back to Earth.
Why not?
Just can't.
Well, what if...
The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-minus 60 seconds.
What if...
Am I aware of any of this?
You're at Mother.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to have to radio up and say...
What if we went back to Earth and I helped you make sure that they didn't go back to Earth?
Yeah, that might work.
All right, let's do that, bro. We've been friends for a long time, and this bitch is getting on my nerves for the last minute. I'm gonna hit her with a wrench.
The role of Mother was played by Puddles of the Strange Gods podcast. Ambient music provided by Tabletop Audio. Original 10-minute ambiances and music for games and stories. Find out more at tabletopaudio.com.